What is it? Think about this is the problem. It's like, look, we need to unify. Okay, we understand. Right. Those tried to kill me. How does this work?
You, my friend, are a okay? Tall glass of unity. Shut up. Came out.
Completely unscathed. Not an even tiny little bruise on her body. Every other member of Congress in the Democratic caucus, including Ilhan Omar and Rashida Tlaib and others, are equally demonized. And they're over it. They got over it. If you want to be a...
Well, they didn't. They literally said they're not talking about it. Ilhan Omar herself personally tweeted about this, actually. He's not defending Ilhan. He's using her to attack AOC. No, in this circumstance, he is. And guess what? He got fucking owned for doing that because Ilhan Omar came out and said this. Ilhan Omar didn't directly tweet at Glenn Greenwald, but said, y'all stop invalidating AOC's experience because you aren't hearing about the experience of other members. Everyone deals with trauma differently. Her stories are validating for so many of us with similar experiences, and she's showing people that vulnerability is a strength. Like, it's nuts, man. It's fucking nuts. Like, guys, it's literally not normal to just like fucking storm the halls of Congress. And every leftist that's made fun of it, and I've made fun of it in different ways as well. Like, don't get me wrong, because it is funny. It is a hog rebellion, a hog insurrection. So there's a lot of humor in this dark moment in American history. Okay, there's a lot of humor there, but it's fucking nuts that you are like invalidating people and saying like, dude, shut up. Like, nothing happened to you, so it doesn't matter. That's such a silly fucking argument. And ultimately, you are nothing but his argument is that they weren't harmed, but it's not like they were caught and just left alone. If they had gotten to AOC, they absolutely would have hurt her. Invalidating fear because you managed to escape is idiotic. Yeah, like, it's so fucking crazy. When this was happening, the first people I was worried about, like legitimately worried about, was like AOC and fucking Ilhan Omar. The most legitimate, like the people that legitimately should be worried are the people that are the face of like Republican attack ads. And Nancy Pelosi as well, certainly. But, you know, I'm sure she would be all right regardless. It's fucking nuts. We're acting like a bunch of people who routinely post about how murder porn, about how they're going to fucking, you know, murder bang every congressperson, even have this like weird psychosexual relationship with congresspersons that they fucking despise and hate. Storming the halls of Congress is actually just normal, and you should just get over it. Like, you should just build a bridge and get the fuck over it. That's crazy to me. That is a crazy fucking take.
These charges coming as the investigation into the deadly attack on the U.S. Capitol.
I had a very close encounter where I thought I was going to die. It is not an exaggeration to say that many, many members of the House were nearly assassinated. It's just not an exaggeration to say that at all. We were very...
Wow, why don't you... Yeah, dude. Hey, oh, God. What a drama queen to say that she was worried for her fucking life during an insurrection where 5 people died, okay, including a fucking cop, after these hogs were agitating and saying they were going to fucking murder congresspersons, and they were basically let in to Capitol. Well, you didn't even have a bruise, so you're crazy for being afraid. The funniest part about this, of course, and I'm not gonna like name specific names here, is they're overall anonymous fucking accounts, and don't try to like go search for them. But it's funny because, like, look, as leftists on the internet, we put our fucking faces and, in a lot of instances, our lives, if not definitely our livelihoods, on the line, right? On a daily fucking basis. I get death threats all the time. I laugh it off. I'm used to it. It's whatever, right? But maybe that's part of the reason why I am a little bit more understanding of people who receive death threats regularly and then get very close to actually having those death threats turn into a situation that is a physical confrontation at the very least, right? So it's always funny when fucking anonymous accounts, who are literally anonymous on purpose so that they don't get those fucking death threats, turn around and they're like, dude, fuck AOC, dude. Like, dude, you're just defending the establishment, dude. Like, come on, bro. Just think for a second. Think about how you just said Hasan defending the establishment. Where is that motherfucker? I'm going to just look this up real quick. The dude who's saying Hasan defending the establishment. Why don't you have your fucking full name on your account? Why don't you have your face on your account? Why don't you have Omega Law? Why don't you have your fucking name and face on your account? Would you care to describe your general location and vicinity to some people on the internet? Just do it. Just fucking dox yourself, dude. If you're so goddamn brave, just fucking give me some details about what your name is and what the general vicinity of where you live. Just dox yourself. There is a reason. It's because you don't want to get fucking murder banged, okay? That's it. That's the reason, dumbass. And that's precisely why people who are like behind anonymous accounts on the internet consistently can act like they are above it all. Motherfucker, I have to move every 5 months. You know, my shit gets doxxed regularly and people want to fucking murder me. They put it out there. They salivate about their plans of how to murder me and shit on internet forums. No one has acted on it, but that doesn't change the reality that it happens. It's not like, oh my God, look at me. I'm such a victim. I usually only bring it up to just make fun of it. You have to remember, like, there are psychos on the internet, okay? There's a lot of people who are just completely fucking delusional. And some of those psychos will act out on those violent urges. So you don't know. You don't fucking know who's that psycho. So you intrinsically understand that, and that's precisely why you maintain your anonymity on the internet while you shit talk and say you're defending the establishment. But if you are making these accusations, or if you're saying this sort of shit behind the shield of anonymity, then you intrinsically understand that it's not a safe place out there to put your fucking name and face and general vicinity, if not immediate address, on the goddamn line. If that's me being a liberal, then yeah, I guess I'm a fucking liberal. I'd rather be called a liberal by some fucking 14-year-old shitlord on the internet who has never lived a goddamn day of adulthood, who again protects themselves under the mask of anonymity, knowing full fucking well that, like, you know, any sort of experience that comes near what AOC went through here, or even what I go through with regards to death threats and whatnot, would fucking ruin your life. When mommy brings you chicken tendies and the middle part is cold, it ruins your fucking life. And you're over here acting all high and mighty as though, like, getting credible death threats non-fucking stop is not a big deal. Most pasty shitlords on the internet who say they're gonna fucking murder me are not going to do it. Whereas for AOC, it's an entirely different situation, especially if she's alone by herself. Even if she's around other people, it doesn't matter. There is that fear that, like, if she gets into a one-on-one situation with someone, like, they could fucking one-tap her, okay?
I hide back in the bathroom behind the door. And then I just start to hear these yells of, where is she? Where is she? And I just thought to myself, they got inside. It felt like my brain was able to have so many thoughts in that moment, between these screams and these yells of, where is she? Where is she? And so I go down and I thought I was going to die.
I'm not gonna lie. I've made fun of the only argument you can make here is, like, there has been a credible fucking assassination attempt. There's been credible assassination attempts on individuals in the past, political persons in the past. The one that I'm reminded of is, like, the congressional baseball game, as you guys know, where Stephen Scalise got shot in the butt. People were making fun of that, making light of that. And if he had come out and talked about his personal experience, I probably wouldn't have made fun of him. There's also a genuine difference between someone like Stephen Scalise. I'm David Duke without the baggage Scalise, a thing that he actually said. And someone like fucking AOC, who is consistently in the fucking target. Nobody was going there to kill Stephen Scalise. You know what I mean? Nobody knew who the fuck he is, even though he's like the third most powerful Republican at the time. But people absolutely would fucking kill AOC and were looking for AOC. You understand? That's the difference.
Congressman Porter, what was that like for you? And did you know just how deep Congresswoman Ocasio-Cortez's fears were at that time?
Well, at first she saw me, and we waved. I went into my office, and a couple seconds later, she knocked and she said, could we come in? And I said, of course. And she began to, her staffer was trying to describe what had happened. And Alex is really usually, like, unfailingly polite and very personable. And she wasn't even really talking to me. She was opening up doors. And I was like, can I help you? Like, what are you looking for? And she said, I'm looking for where I'm going to hide. And the thing that will always stay with me, the two memories that really, especially as a mom, I think were just really powerful for me, was when she said, I was saying, well, don't worry, I'm a mom, I'm calm, I've got everything here we need, we could live for like a month in this office. And she said, I just hope I get to be a mom. I hope I don't die today. And the second thing is she was wearing heels. And I remember her saying to me, I was wearing flats. And I remember her saying to me, I knew I shouldn't have worn heels. How am I going to run? And we went and we found her a pair of sneakers to wear from one of my staffers so that she could run if she needed to literally run for her life.
Like, dude, AOC a bit too whiny about this, honestly, is such a fucking idiotic take. Again, you fucking whine nonstop when minor inconveniences happen in your fucking life. This person who is at the target of credible death threats all the fucking time, who one of her fucking death threat senders literally got arrested at the fucking hog insurrection, is complaining about being the recipient of death threats and legitimately thinking that she was going to die on a day where people were only too stupid not to fucking complete their task of murdering and kidnapping congresspersons. They were just too fucking stupid. How do you live on this planet, dude? I do not understand how you can live on this fucking planet with the brain that you currently have. I guess I should be lucky that you found yourself here in this community and you're not instead some fucking psychopathic conservative. Cries about woman in a World War II video game. AOC's overreacting. Pepega. Yeah. Now let's watch. Okay, he's literally ripping my style, dude. I mean, this is fucking bullshit.
This is the story that is breaking right now. It's making the rounds on all the Twitter. And we always have to be careful because you can never joke about this and you can never question any facts, even in the absence of any. But AOC did a 90-minute stream on Instagram live yesterday, and there are a lot of claims in there. Let's start with let's let it straight from the horse-faced mouth.
Like, I'm here, and the bathroom door starts going like this, like the bathroom door is behind me, or rather in front of me, and I'm like this, and the door hinges right here, and I just hear, "Where is she? Where is she?" I mean, I thought I was going to die. Is because these folks who tell us to move on, that it's not a big deal, that we should forget what's happened, or even telling us to apologize, these are the same tactics of abusers. I'm a survivor of sexual assault. And I haven't told many people that in my life. Whether you experience any sort of trauma in your life, small to large, these episodes can compound on one another. There's no, something really big happening to you, and then you deal with it, and then you move on, and then when something else happens to you, you deal with that.
So look, I don't want to say, because we don't know, right?
Yeah.
And some people say believe all women, as they believe all facts. And I think that if this happened, listen, AOC, horrible. If you were sexually assaulted, these men should be buried beneath the railroad tracks. Okay, does everyone else here agree? Sexual assault, awful. Now, why might I think it's a little bullshit? Is, okay, go with me here, because you equivocated, but you created equivalency between sexual assault and verbal abuse. You created an equivalency between the Crips running a train on somebody locked in a closet for days on end and the insults from Gazoo.
Not the same.
What? I don't think she was saying like her being fucking scared for her life is the same as her sexual abuse. I think she's saying that she has a personal experience with like people gaslighting and saying that, your point of view is a lie because she is a victim of sexual assault. And as a victim of sexual assault, she is worried about coming out with her story no matter what it is, because coming out with her story on any front, any traumatic experience that she has to retell, she's worried is going to be met with skepticism and people are not going to believe her. She's not saying being afraid for my life is exactly like sexual assault. I don't think she was saying that. What does it have to do with sexual assault? She's saying that because she was sexually assaulted in the past, whenever she lives through traumatic experiences, she's in fear that it's going to happen again. So it compounds. So it adds additional fear on top of the fear that she already would normally have in that situation. And also, because of that, she's also worried about people fucking saying that, like, the reason why she didn't come out and talk about it earlier is because people were going to say, you're a fucking liar, and gaslight her, which is exactly what people did. Called trauma. You have trauma. PTSD. That's what she's saying.
Dum-dums. I need to go to my counselor.
Yeah.
I just don't like when people say almost died when they didn't almost die.
Yeah, once she said that.
Yeah, dude. Especially like in his case, he could technically, he's right. This fucking dipshit is right. Okay. Why is he right? Well, considering he looks the way that he does, he's at the verge of almost death, getting up from that fucking chair so he could fucking literally always say he's almost dying. Were you held at gunpoint? Did they pull the trigger and murder you? Well, sorry, you can't say that. Were fucking hogs storming the halls of Congress with zip ties after years and years of talking about salivating about how they're gonna fucking murder you? You're not allowed to be afraid of that. You're not. I'm sorry. Also, the worst thing that can ever happen to me, I'm Steve Crowder. The worst thing that can ever happen to me is when people say I am not allowed to make fun of someone for being gay. That is the real Chinese communism happening in America. It's not when a fucking violent hog mob storms the halls of Congress. That's unacceptable. The real violence, the real words or violence moment is when you tell me I can't misgender someone. I love conservatives, dude. They are so fucking funny. Unintentionally, they are the funniest people on the planet. They live in this world where, and I'm going to show you an actual example of this right now. I was trying to pull it up. Steven Crowder over here is like devaluing AOC and saying like, shut the fuck up. Like, you didn't die. Why are you fucking sad? Why are you crying? So that's like not a big deal, right?
Goes to
the Vietnamese.
Parasite.
Oh! No! No! Come on! No! Why do we do this every year?
What?
Ah!
They're memeing, but like also not memeing. Like, he was so mad that Parasite won a fucking Oscar over like 1914 or some shit, whatever the fuck was on that year. Theater kid, dude. Such a fucking theater kid, dude.
When they didn't almost die.
Yeah, once she said that Ted Cruz tried to murder her, I think that's when I stopped believing her even more.
Here's AOC talking about Holly and Cruz.
Is that when given another window of political opportunity for themselves, even if that it will endanger their colleagues, they will do it again. And that's the real reason why I think that Senator Josh Hawley needs to resign, why Senator Ted Cruz needs to resign, along with many others. Because they will do it again.
They will do what again?
Exactly.
The tall glass of unity.
Oh, God. See, this is what I mean. They're such bitches, dude. You, my friend, are a fucking bitch, okay? Certified bitch. Tall glass of unity. So much for the unity. Shut up, bitch. Seriously. They're such fucking bitches, dude. I can't get over it. Again, unity is when you allow all of the people who were like, oh, you should fucking do something. You should go out and fucking, you know, this election is stolen. This election is stolen from us. They literally stole this election from us. Like, go out, rise up and do something about it. Unity is when you don't fucking say, hey, maybe you shouldn't have agitated these fucking hogs into almost, you know, murdering a bunch of people and then ended up, you know, 5 people ended up dying regardless. Unity is when you completely avoid that and act like it didn't happen and act like it's not a big deal. So much for unity. It's so good. Oh, the left, they are so intolerant. They will not let me agitate hogs to go out and do murder on my own. It is so ridiculous. Can't the right just get a crumb of murder? The real divider is amongst us. Her name is AOC.
What is it? Think about this is the problem. It's like, look, we need to unify. Okay, we understand. Right. Those Nazis tried to kill me. How does this work? Do you notice this happened with Barack Obama too? They were referring to George W. Bush as a Nazi.
Yeah.
Right? You couldn't actually say, you know.
By the way, you can't unite with these fucking pieces of shit. Okay? Why would you unite with these people? How could you unite with these people? They don't give a fuck about unity. Neither does Ted Cruz, by the way. There is no real thing. Like, the only people who legitimately believe that there is like some country to fucking unite, or rather the political actors could unite, are idiotic Democrats. Okay? There is no unity here. Fuck unity, bitch. This is why I'm saying, like, unity is this. This is unity, okay?
We need to impeach. We need to kick them out. And Ted Cruz tried to kill me. Oh, I don't know. I mean, maybe we should unify in telling you to go fornicate yourself with a wire brush.
Yeah, remember when glasses would make people look smarter?
The cowardice.
Oh, fucking own, dude. Yo, I love boomer humor, dude. It's so good. Imagine wearing glasses, you fucking nerd.